Greetings everybody and welcome back to Rebuilding the Commonwealth with myself. Oh, hey, if you guys are tuning in and you like the series, please comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. It really helps me out. Now that I've reached my first 50 subscribers, almost, I'd be appreciative if we can build the numbers. So that'd be very much appreciated. So, as you can see, we're back here in Jamaica Plains. I've added these little lights to the front doors, added in some shelves and some table ready for merchandising. I did find the wallpapers. They are actually in Snappy Builds. I was just too blind to seek them out. So, woe me. Now, today we're going to do a project that I have really wanted to do. I'm sure you might be able to guess, since we're next to the church. That is the cemetery. The Minutemen cemetery. This is where the fallen will be laid to rest. This is where people will come to pay their respects. All these other gravestones, well, these bodies have been here 200 years. I'm sure they have decayed by now. I don't think we'll feel any guilt in tearing this place up to make it into a new tome of respect, as it were. Now, I don't anticipate NPCs being able to walk on this. This is more for complete decoration. So we're going to do something with that here. Now, in Snappy Builds here, there is, I believe it's under the miscellaneous base. We've got these concrete blocks. These look absolutely pristine, these blocks, so we're going to use these as a base for it. Now this is the very center. Oh, wow, that's very tall. Don't want it to be that tall. Yeah, bear it down to there. This is the memorial. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith with the Minutemen. This is where you die in battle. This is where you will be forever remembered. Quite a nice little gesture, I think. Now we're going to scrap this bit here. It's not often I actually remove pieces of the terrain, but this is going to be one of them. We're going to make it work. I think it's important for the Minutemen. Even if this has to be entirely raised up a bit further. These are quite large. Do we have a footpath, which looks half decent? Now those all look really tired out. Retaining walls, sidewalks. Okay, we don't have anything smaller. Do we have anything that looks a bit prettier? I mean, we have these, but these are absolutely enormous. Now, I think we can use this as a base, and then we can decorate the base with sort of accents as we go. So this piece here will have to go. That's fine. A sidewalk curb comes all the way out to here. What about this one? This one does not. This one sort of covers here. Oh, that's quite a nasty world hole. But the road does still blend properly. It still goes down into the dip, so we can fill that in. I can live with that. That looks fine. I didn't expect to have to do that, but it's a sacrifice I was willing to make. Just going to put this driveway piece in. It's about the same width. In fact, I think it is the same width, give or take a few extra pixels. We're going to bring that a little bit closer. Stop it glitching through. So we have a little ramp up into this cemetery here. Now the landscaping should have some park blocks here. Now these do snap, that's good. We're going to remove this statue plinth. We'll leave the retaining wall in. This is going to have to be disabled out. Like so. And I'm hoping we have some nice fresh green grass. Like so. That's fine. Going to have to very slightly bump it up. Yep. Bumping all this up. It all has to be the same height. That's it. That's it. That's it. Ghoul ambush. Need to remove that. We have no ghouls here anymore. This is prime territory for the Minutemen. Need to scrap these gravestones. I'll say these are probably old pre-war graves. They're most likely decayed. Sorry guys, I know disturbing a grave is, you know, absolutely atrocious of an act. What we also have working in our benefit here is that the other side of this wall, the terrain is quite high, so I don't think we're going to have much to worry about in the way of this getting in the way. All these picket fences are going to have to be manually edited out. What does the fountain or the pond here look like? I mean, this one uses decent concrete. I could put a fountain over that side. This is going to be fun to try. Really not sure why you can't delete these fences. But you can delete like the ones in the middle. Really doesn't make any sense. Oh, excuse me. That's gone. Picket fence. There we go. Still not sure what to do with this house. I think I might leave it because it creates a nice opening into the cemetery. So I might leave that as is. Cover up the rest of this with grass. Proper lush green grass. Place you can pay your respects to the people who defended you. Who let you live the life you live today. This will need a gentle ramp down into the cemetery from this end, or I could just fence this side off properly. This post as well. Lovely. Okay, that's all the picket fence gone. Now this being as low as it is, do we not have any good clean sidewalks here, or are they all dirty? Oh no, we do have some clean ones. You know what? I'm tempted to replace these. That looks really nice, actually. Plus, I can shape it a little bit easier if I do it this way. I think I will use the concrete block just for beneath the memorial. We can maybe put a little fence or something around that. We have this raw iron. I think it would need a bigger area than that. Unless... What do we have under sidewalks here? Okay, so we do actually have a full concrete bit here, full concrete here. Yeah, let's remove this. We'll just place this concrete block in here. Now, if we move it to the right, and right. So that's 75 units. So I can then attach this block to the left of that. Now I'm thinking if I do that, it's it needs to have like a corner to it. I mean, I could do this here, then an outside corner here. No, this is not working. I know I'm faffing around with this, but for me it's quite a big thing here. That's a one-sided piece of park there. That's another one-sided piece. Okay. I don't think this is going to go quite as I'm picturing it here. Do we have... Yeah, we have a half here. Huh? Oh, that's ridiculous. That just looked silly. Does this not snap to anything? Ah, it just snaps to everything but the thing I wanted to snap to. Okay, I kind of have an idea. Let's put this in here. We can put a corner. Does this not snap either? There we go. But then that just looks really silly. I put another one here. Then another one here. That leaves a space in the middle for the memorial. Then we can put two more here and here, two corners. So if we then lower this by 2, lower that by 2, lower that by 2, that by 2, that by 2, and that by 2, that leaves a perfect slot in the middle for the memorial. I mean, technically we could put a little wrought iron fence around that, but I think having it open like that is a bit more embracing. We can have the path branch off. Let's remove this one. Need to have 2 standard pieces of sidewalk, and we can split this off in a triangle. a three-way junction here. That's it. This piece of road can disappear. This lamppost can move. A little bit of water on it, that's not going to make much of a difference. This is what I just hate about Fallout's system, is that the terrain, you can never really get items to conform to terrain, so it looks a little bit awkward. Never mind. So let's just continue to fill in with grass here. That doesn't look like the same type of grass. That might. Yes, that's the type of grass. Park grass. We might have to just raise the entire cemetery up by a few units. I can afford to put the grass under this planter because it's not going to clip into the church or anything. Again, this grass is different. Oh, what am I doing? One of those days. Thank you. Snapping. Bane of my life. And... oh, come on. Just snap, will ya? So that doesn't quite snap to where I need it to be. That does. It sort of snaps, but it doesn't make a noise. And I want to do the job properly, you see? There we go. Perfect. Just going to go inside the church, make sure nothing looks out of place. We'll close the door. Nothing, it's fine. I mean, this church is probably going to get replaced at some point, so... As it's not the first park grass, it's the second park grass. I think this is ideal because where it just about clips here, this stuff is really going to annoy me. Having to line all this shite up. Yeah, that's fine. Down to 0.1, 0.1. That's it. Yeah, from that you can't even tell that the grass looks seamless, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Now I think with this here, the grass does have a ramp to it. So I might actually be able to conform to terrain doing this. That's kind of cool, actually. I didn't think that was a thing, I'll be totally honest. Okay, that has saved my bacon. Why can't every tool do that? Do we have like a half slope? No. That is fine. We'll put a half block up the top. We can probably level off the grass here, to be fair. So let's put the grass blocks in. If we can get them to fucking snap. God, the bane of my life. Really is. Yeah, if we level it off here, we shouldn't have an issue with clipping because it should level off right into the road blocks. We have a very slight clipping issue there, but it's going to be 10, 5, 1, half. But we can just lift this road ever so slightly, and that shouldn't cause any issues. Just lift that by a couple of inches there, and that's fine. So, not sure what we're going to do about this path. I think just with the slope we're going to have to abandon the idea of getting a fountain in here. Yeah, let's just put this back to what we originally had planned. So we've got the nice clean path here. There we go. And we'll just go back to the regular, like, old grass foundation things here. So I need to get to grass number 2. Park grass 2, that is. Oh my god, I just had a flashback. I thought I heard like a shuffle behind me. I turned my head to have a look, and for just a split second as my head is moving, I thought I was back living at home again, like with my mum, which isn't a bad thing, but yeah, just that moment where I just forgot where I was. So used to noise being at home. Well, of course, not anymore. Just think, how am I going to make this work? We do have a corner. We have corner blocks. And we've got the half slabs. But we don't have half slopes. So we have this slope here. Wow, that is snapping to just about everything except what I want it to snap to. Just my goddamn luck. Oh. And let's snap that in there. I can still see that seam ever so slightly. Perfect. And then we can put a full-size park block in. Like that. Can we fit another full size? No, but we can fit another half. And we could probably fit a slope block in here. I'll just snap to where I want you to. I can't be bothered messing with you today. Oops, that's 50. Oh, 10. No, too high. Nope, not selecting you. Selecting you. That's it. I don't mind there being a very slight seam there because... See, why is that not aligned? Now it is. And the grass is staying just off the road. Now if I put a corner in here, this should make the grass as flat as I need it. With the exception of this corner, this is just ridiculous. It's because these aren't aligned, are they? No, they're not. For God's sake. See why I have such a big problem with the snapping? It's because it just wants to snap to everything in this corner here. That's what I want, just there. Oh, I just had it. Literally just had it. Perfect. I don't care that the grass kind of creeps in there. That's not my concern. Then we need park grass number 2. Or this one. That's it. Then this needs to be the park grass corner. With the apex in this corner here. No, it doesn't. It needs to be sloped. It's gotta be. Oh, thank Christ for that. This is actually okay, to be honest. This just needs to be brought down to level like that. We have a half grass block. If I put that there, that will probably... Actually, it won't stick through, I don't think. Oh, hello. There we go. Nope, doesn't stick through. Perfect. Absolutely fucking perfect. There is a slight gap on this end. So if I place these ramped grass blocks in here, what do they look like? Do they stick through? Yes, they do, but I don't think that's anything to lose sleep over, so... But then if I'm putting the big sloped blocks down the side, that's going to look a little bit awkward. Let's put the half grass blocks down here. Actually, why am I bothering to do that here? I could cover them up with the foundation edges. We have quite a few really good foundation edges here. So we could put things like this and cover the edge of the cemetery, which I think would look beautiful. We have some good coloured ones. Yeah, we have like these, which look quite nice. Unfortunately, these two are going to want to snap to everything. So I'm going to have to try and place them best I can manually, which is fine. Yep, so that's one. I can't really place them on here unless we have a kind of concrete one. Do we have a concrete one? Well, we have that, but do we have like a concrete edged planter? We probably don't, actually. Probably don't. We certainly won't have a sloped one, that's for sure. Now these are all like busted out grass. We'll just stick with that as it is. That's way too big. Now we want colour in this cemetery. And so you're here to honour the fallen, not to disrespect them, so... That looks good. What we'll do as well, we'll just place one here in this corner. Can I get away with that? I think I can. I think that back wall looks nice. You know what? I'm really happy with that result. Really happy. So the outer edges of this. I just want to make this look like it blends a little bit nicer. Yes, it looks like it's growing into fresh, nice grass here. Now we want a wrought iron fence. That's quite typical for a cemetery. These concrete posts look pretty smart, I think. Put that one on there. And we can get a wrought iron fence going. Seems to be snapping anyway, apart from how I want it. That looks good. Does that show up in the church? No, it doesn't. That could not have been placed any better, in my opinion. So we can put that fence post in. This one, that one can go like that. We're going to put in another post because we have to. And we'll make the fence curve again. How does that look? That's absolutely fine. That looks perfect. There, that is going to... That's going to sink, I think, a little bit in. I wonder, can I just cheat and move this planter in just a touch to get this in there? I don't believe it. I actually can. What a cheat. That actually looks surprisingly good. I didn't think I was going to get that as well as I did. Here's going to be a bit of a kicker here. This ramp seems to fit well, but can I pull it off is the question. It's the fence panel. Gonna have to manually put this in place, I think. So I want this as close as possible. Stop it blurring, there we go. Oh, here comes a rad storm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What does that look like? If I put one of these into that one and then sink it. There, you can't even tell. That's perfect. Oh, that's it. Place that fence panel in there. I want another fence going down. Then another divider. Looks a tad daft, but oh, these retaining walls are absolutely massive. I was thinking, can I get away with putting in a retaining wall along here instead? Like just by the roadway. And the question is, how decent would that look? It's a good thing these radstorms don't bother me anymore, since I have the ghoulish perk. Now, can I snap that? Yeah. And can I put this... Do we have a corner retaining wall? That's the question. I don't think we do. The thing is, this retaining wall doesn't actually look that bad. Okay, let's take away this fence just for a moment. Just for a moment. We can always put that back in a second. Now let's rotate this ever so slightly and bring the retaining wall up. We can take away this fence post. Tuck that into the wall there. Stick another retaining wall in here. Can just about see the ridge in these blocks. I don't want that. That is just making the ridge bigger. That's fine. Yes, that's the thing. We don't have a retaining wall which has grass and a corner, which is a proper pain. Then again, can we just simply manually place a retaining wall like so? I think we can, actually. Tuck that ever so slightly in, ever so slightly out to cover the grass, and bring it up into place. We can cover this seam with something, which is absolutely fine. That brings the whole thing up. Now, I think we can put the wrought iron fence in it. Now I think it will let us, and we can build the wrought iron fence nice and straight. Perfect. And one more there. One more panel on the end. And then we can put one going into that building. And that is the side of the cemetery. So we've actually built. This is a milestone for me, guys. This is literally the first build that I have made where I've actually managed to make it conform to the terrain. I mean, this doesn't exactly look the best on this side, but it's not like we can't work with it. I'm quite impressed with how this has turned out. We've completely regrassed this place. We have put this in. Now we should have a wrought iron gate that should fit this. Oh, please tell me you're joking. No, we're not. However, if I bring this in, so if we make it 5 units, we bring that in by 5 each, it stays symmetrical. I need to bring that in by 5 more units, so problem is these gate posts aren't big enough to fit that one. No, I don't want a stanchion. Okay, considering... Yeah, what we need is this one. This one is bigger. It's a bit badder. Can't I just make these fence posts chunkier like that? Now the gate should fit. That is the gate. That's the gate I want. So 1 and 2. Ooh. Almost, actually. Almost. How do I make this work? Because even with a gap that small, it kind of bugs me. Can I put a small version of that there? And does that look daft? Not really. However, could be slightly better. Let's put the step down to half and push that into the gate. That way it just hides the inconsistencies on this side. What does it look like on the other? Still a bit wee daft. But then, if I just make these one step larger, that's absolutely fine. We haven't had to fiddle with anything else. Though if we can, I want to get the gate looking inwards like that. Move this fence panel over there. That's it. Oh, beautiful. That looks great. Okay, so now if we go to Gruffy DD, I think it's Gruffy DD. Decorations, ground and roof. There's ground and roof signs. And I think under MISC, you've got these big signs. One of them is Potter's Field Cemetery, lest we forget. Let's put this sign outside. like that. Angle it very slightly. That's obviously the memorial I've used. Now, the lights. It's a good thing it's nighttime because I can now test this. So I want to put these very small track lights on the floor, and I want to illuminate the memorial. That's it. Nothing to light up on the back. So even in the middle of the night, you can still read the inscription, which is fantastic. This retaining wall. I reckon I can make these into the same things, to be fair. So under landscaping, sidewalk parks, outer edges. No, it's not outer edges, it's foundation edges, of course it is. That just doesn't look right. I might just plant separate stuff in there. That's fine, I can deal with that. Now, in Homemaker, we have decorations and exterior miscellaneous. I believe the gravestones are in here. We can put the Minuteman flagpole. Yeah, Minuteman flagpole waving next to here. You know you're coming to a Minuteman settlement now. We don't want to actually put the grave themselves because we're a little bit better than that now. Or a cross marker. We want a proper gravestone. And we're going to put some down to mark some of the people that we have lost in this war. Bit further away from the path, I think. Looks a bit wonky, that one. I don't want any destroyed gravestones. These got to be nice. Well, nice given the limitations of what we have here. So, if you get laid to rest in Potter's Field here, then you know you did well. You fought hard. These gravestones are way too big, in my opinion. So we're going to shrink them down just a tad. Now we still want these residential lights, but we want them more. We want them to be more ambiance. So this one here can be put right in the corner. This one here can sort of go towards the top of the cemetery. Keep that place lit up. We've got that lamp there to keep this place lit, and I can put, if I could put this one on there and move this one out to the street. I still don't think that's enough though. What about these street posts? What do they look like? Oh my goodness. That's way too bright. That doesn't set a scene, that just blinds people. Yeah, I think the soft yellow glow is quite nice. And this flagpole can go behind the memorial. I think that's more fitting. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. And there's enough light in here, so if you are paying your respects at night, if you're that kind of person, or if you're a Minuteman who works during the day and doesn't get a chance to pay respects to the fallen till late, well, you'll get your opportunity, and you can do that. Underneath the stars. Decorations, get a few more of these. We've lost quite a few Minutemen, so it's not like we're preemptively putting these down. Shrink that a little bit. Lest we forget. Yes, indeed. Put this memorial stone down. This one's probably about a height I would expect. It's about head height. I fully get that. Up towards this end, we'll have a few more of these. What do they call them? Pinions? I think they're called pinions. Thing is, even if they're on a hill, it doesn't really matter the way you bury the earth. I mean, we don't exactly have burial standards and shit, you know. We have stones now. We don't just put a little cross where you are or whatever, but we don't have those strict burial codes here in the Commonwealth anymore. Proper military. I don't think one would go there, because we can't exactly bury a Minuteman under the concrete. As evil as that would be. We just fought, and all we've done is bury you literally under, 6 foot concrete. Just add a bit more spacing for this one. Oh, we got our first visitor to the cemetery. You can see how strict I'm being with these lines, can't you? I mean, nobody really wants to be in Potter's Field, but at least you know if you die in battle, this is where you'll be. Forever remembered. Mind you, we recently lost Marcy Long. She died in the castle. Not sure whether I actually want to bury her. She's such a bitch. It's like, how can we make the most obnoxious character ever? Like, this person's really helping you, and you're just going to be an absolute dick to them. Yes, let's just make Marcy, yeah? Yeah, shrink that down a tad. We've definitely lost a Minuteman for every gravestone I have here. I'll put another pinion style. We'll put a couple of those actually. Yeah, that's fine. We've got a row for one more of these. Shrink that a tad. Lovely. Another one with the skull on the top. That's it. Another one of these. That one looks slightly out of line there, so we'll bring that one in. And we'll have one more of the tall ones. That one is quite heavily out of line, actually. Perfect. So this is Potter's Field. Oh, that looks like, I know it's a bit morbid, but it actually looks really nice the way we've done this. I really like that. I know we've got some outdoor flowers as well. Oh, damn, I can't remember what category that's in. No, it's got to be under landscapes for snappy builds, isn't it? Grass mounds? I mean, we could actually hide this area over here with grass mounds. Let's just gently hide this. With some grass mounds. Looks a bit more natural there. Sorry if you can hear some background noise. There appears to be somebody having a bit of karaoke outside my window. Not entirely sure why, as it's nearly midnight, so that's a new one on me. Decorations. Bear with me a second, guys. There we go. Sorry about that. It sounded like it was getting just a tad bit leery out there. Okay. Right. Yes. Flowers. Flowers, ferns, all that kind of good shit. This. I seem to recall there had to have been standalone plants. It's not under grass mounds. Unless it is actually under parks, and I'm just being a bit dumb here. Grass, not under grass, not under sidewalks. I'm obviously missing something here. But then again, even though there's a retaining wall here, that doesn't stop me putting another retaining wall and edge block in front of that. It'll have to be done manually for the first one. Sort of breaks up the sharp edge with the church as well. So I put that against the wall here. Lower it down till the grass blends, like that. Can't really tell there's Commonwealth there in there either. Lovely. And now we start snapping. Look how awry that has gone. What do these look like shrunk down? Though I think the problem with them being shrunk down is it's going to be harder to blend with the terrain. Should be okay though. Let's give it a try. That should blend in just fine. I'll have to rotate that just a tad and shuffle it along. Okay, it's still 80%. Yeah, that works. It's got a nice little gap in between them. And actually, I could put in some more lights there. It's going to be under the homemaker's lights, isn't it? Yes, it is. The homemaker does such better lights. Make sure the little power conduit's facing the other way. That is bright white light. Not what I want. I want this one. This one, I think, with the yellow glow is much softer. A bit more somber. I think these two here are going to be surplus to requirements, so let's move that one out. Gives that a much more well-rounded view. I don't think we're going to have any graves on this side, but I do think that it'd be beneficial to have a few pieces of seating. Just realised that is the wrong park block to be using. And it's got to be perfect, this place. It's got to be perfect. The grass single pavement block is what we need. Like so. There we go. Perfect. Ooh, I thought that was going to be like undoing all of my work. I was going to find out that I shouldn't have done it that way. Okay, so we want some proper park bench-like seating. Oh, that is a stadium bench. Okay, we've got park benches in here. Come on. Come on. Furniture, seating, benches. That still looks like a stadium bench to me. It's the best we've got though. We will use this. So you're going to want to sit on the pathway. No. No, you're not. You're going to want to sit a little bit off to the side here if you really want to. And one bench over here, right under the lights. This house, I think we've basically incorporated this into the build. Yeah, of course, there's going to be stains we can remove, so the building just looks a tad bit nicer. In fact, you get the wildlife sounds when you're over here as well. That gives it a really peaceful, calm kind of atmosphere. You know, so you're coming towards the memorial, come to pay your respects. You fought the good fight, finished the race, and kept the faith. This is your final resting place, here in Pottersfield. This opens up a few avenues to have people doing animations in here, as though they're maintaining the place, paying their respects, that kind of stuff. That's a really nice area, and I actually love that. And from here as well, it looks seamless. This looks like it should have been there all this time. This is, I know I've made this castle super build, but this just looks so nice to me. Looks a bit plain though. If you guys have any ways I can make this area nicer, a bit more interesting to look at. I mean, I can get some bunches of flowers and I can place them down, like bunches of flowers on some of the graves. I can have someone tending the graves, perhaps. I can have someone praying at the memorial. There's a lot of stuff potentially. Like, give me your ideas how I can improve this. But even though this is so small, this is one of my favourite builds I've ever done. It looks perfect. This graveyard literally looks pre-war. Looks like it was never touched by the bombs. Like this fence looks like it was supposed to be here. This looks like it was, you know, seamlessly built around it. I just love this build. I actually love this build. That is getting quick saved, just in case I lose that. Oh, beautiful. There's definitely going to be a guard outside here when I'm done with this. Oh, but that has been all I have time for. It's been 1 hour. Thank you very much for watching. Again, if you like the builds, please like, comment, subscribe. All of that lovely stuff really helps me, helps get these videos going, and will, well, help me build the number of people seeing this thing, which is starting to grow, and it's starting to make me feel very optimistic. So thank you very much, guys, for all your support. I love you all. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.